Welcome in, welcome back, and welcome to day 5 of our Divine Goddess Awakening and Integration series. As you get settled, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started. All right. So, cards out. We have, our goddesses out. We have Macha, Caradwin, Inanna, Ninersag, Demeter, and Demeter again. All right, let's talk about it. So, today is all about your mother wound, okay? So, the wound in your divine feminine lives in Macha, the eye of the raven, the mighty one of the Tua Daytonan. She is the Irish mother who sees everything, from whom nothing escapes. She is the crow, the acorn, the wheat, the red iron in the blood, the swift horse. She is all these things. She is the mother who shares the weight of victory, protection, fertility, and the warmth and blazing passion of fire. And she wore red for the fire that she is. Your wound is that you needed a macha and she didn't come. You needed protection from invaders to your land, your home, your body, your mind. You needed someone to chase from you the devourers of dreams and the controllers of your independence. You needed someone who would stand no chains, no collars, and no bindings except those that made beauty and deep love and respect. You needed a mother who would protect you with all her being because you are her child. But she wasn't there, or she couldn't be there. Or she was bound herself and couldn't protect you the way you needed. The wounding happened because the fierce mother energy that should have been standing guard over you, watching everything with the raven's eye, letting nothing harmful escape her sight, was absent when you most needed her blazing passion to shield you. Your divine feminine was hurt in the place where protection should have lived. And this originated in Caradwin's cauldron, in the place of transformation that went wrong, in the attempt at change that became wounding instead of becoming. Caradwin is the witch who dwells on the edge of the Great Lake, 3 in 1, maiden, mother, and crone. She had 2 children, one whose name means utter darkness, who could not speak or move in ways that pleased anyone, and one who was sweet and golden and lovely. And for her dark child, she fretted and came upon the idea that she must seek out the Awen, the secret potion of transformation, divine inspiration, and flowing breath. Your wound originated in a mother's desperate attempt to fix something she thought was broken. In a cauldron meant to transform, but that felt like rejection instead. In the message that you needed to be changed, needed to drink a potion to become palatable, needed to be remade because you weren't or wasn't enough. Someone who looked at you and saw darkness that needed to be sweetened, difficulty that needed to be smoothed, and wrongness that needed to be corrected, and they put you in the cauldron, not to honor your transformation, but to fix what they couldn't accept. Caradwin's cauldron is the tomb of death and the womb of rebirthing, but when you're put there before you're ready, when you're put there because someone else can hold your complexity, it becomes a wound. You learn that your natural self was the problem, that your darkness, your difficulty, your different way of being was something that needed to be boiled down and reformed. The origin of your wounding is transformation used as punishment, change demanded instead of offered. And how this shows up now is pure Inanna. And you've already met her as your mother's challenge. The wound manifests as insatiable hunger, as ambition that never rests, as appetite that can't be satisfied. You became the one who wants more of everything because you're trying to fill the hole where protection should have lived. You became the queen who descends again and again, who strips herself at 7 gates, and who demands and acquires and achieves, because if you can be enough, do enough, have enough, then maybe, just maybe, you'll finally be safe. Maybe then you'll be the kind of person who deserved Maka's protection. The hunger shows up as drive that exhausts you, as creative force that won't let you rest, as the burden of always being on 10, always performing, always searching for the next gate, the next level, the next achievement that will finally prove you didn't need fixing after all. You chase and you hunger and you want, but not because you're greedy, but because you're trying to become invulnerable. If you can gather enough success, enough power, enough everything, maybe no one can hurt you. Maybe you can finally protect yourself since Maka didn't. And Ninersag, lovely Ninersag, comes to heal this. And she's been present through your entire awakening because this is the medicine you need most. The Lady of the Mountain, the great mother of summer who shaped humanity from clay mixed with divine breath. She is the soul of every mother who brought you to life. She gave birth to gods of healing so you would have medicine for your suffering. She is the womb that births and the knife that cuts cords, severing what entangles you, what chokes your life force, what keeps you bound to suffering that was never yours to carry. She comes now to tell you what she's been telling you all along. You are her child. You deserve comfort. You deserve care. You deserve healing that goes deep into your bones. The wound you carry, the absence of protection, the transformation that felt like rejection, the hunger that drives you endlessly, this is not your fault. You were created with intention, with love, with divine essence mixed into your very substance. You are not broken. You never needed to be fixed. The wound happened to you, not because of you. And Ninersag heals by cutting the cords. The unhealthy attachments to the story that you weren't worth protecting. The toxic belief that you needed to be different to deserve love. The obligation you carry to prove you're acceptable through endless achieving. She is cutting them now. Because you're hers and she protects what's hers. And her medicine comes through Demeter, and this is crucial. Demeter brings the seasons, the cycles, the understanding that what was taken from you must be mourned. Demeter is the radiant, loving mother of the golden grain who decrees the moving of the wheel that circles into the seasons. She offers all bounty, and yet taken from her was her darling, her daughter. And from that grief and harrowing loss came winter, an emptiness that took away all lights, all laughter stolen from her. And the medicine is you have lost something. The protection that should have been yours, lost. The acceptance of who you were without needing transformation, lost. The safety of being seen and celebrated instead of fixed, lost. And Demeter says, your loss that seems unbearable, will be moved through. Spring will come again, but first there must be mourning. Don't rush or refuse your grief. It is holy. Into its depths, you must grieve yourself. And when separation comes, feel the loss and know that in time you will be brought back into full life. The medicine is permission to grieve what you didn't have, permission to Feel the winter that came when your mother couldn't be macha for you, when someone looked at you and reached for the cauldron instead of reaching to hold you exactly as you were. The medicine is the will of seasons, the understanding that healing moves in cycles. Some days you'll be in spring, feeling hope and new growth. Some days you'll be back in winter, grieving again what was lost. Demeter's medicine is that both are sacred. Both are part of wholeness. You don't heal by transcending the grief. You heal by feeling it fully and trusting that the wheel keeps turning. In your wholeness, the healed divine feminine is Demeter rising from her own dark place. Isn't that beautiful? She asks now for the stagnant energy and the endlessness of sadness to begin to be lifted, for the ripple of laughter to crack through the shell that has spared you the outside world and its pains. She knows you've let things go, let go of caring for yourself, of feeling deeply and sweetly the pleasures of this world. You've drunk your fill of pain and felt the paralysis of bitterness beginning to freeze you forever into that sorrowful place. But she who underwent the vast journey of sacred grief, who emerged to give life and growth and flowers and gain back to the world, she's showing you the way. You too are in a dark place right now, but you're ready to emerge. Your wholeness doesn't mean you'll never grieve again. It means you know how to move through the seasons now. You know that winter serves spring. You know that mourning isn't your enemy. It's the passage through which you return to life. Your healed divine feminine knows she didn't need macha to prove her worth. She needed macha because all children deserve protection and she didn't get what she deserved. Your healed self knows Carrotwin's cauldron wasn't wrong about you. It was used wrongly. Transformation is sacred, but only when it's chosen, not when it's forced on you because someone else couldn't hold your complexity. Your healed self knows Inanna's hunger makes sense. It was your way of trying to protect yourself. But you don't need to achieve your way into safety anymore. You are Demeter, who has walked through winter and knows that spring returns. You are the mother of the earth who understands that grief is not the end of the story. You are whole not because you're healed of all pain, but because you know how to feel it, honor it, let it teach you, and trust the will to keep turning. Your wholeness is knowing you are always worthy of protection, always perfect before the cauldron, always enough exactly as you were, and grieving that you weren't treated that way, and emerging anyway to give life and growth and flowers back to the world. And that is today's Goddess Wisdom. Like if you felt her presence. Share if this activated something divine in you. Comment which goddess is yours. And tomorrow, another blessing awaits and the divine awakening and integration journey continues.